How many iterations would your project typically go through before you feel comfortable releasing it?
That is
It just
very
depends.
dependent on the
Yeah.
product. I mean, software, depending on how in depth we're going, we're years in a continual development process,
Thousands and
thousands of
yeah.
iterations.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got thousands of miles on the dyno. Like
Yeah.
it's substantial the amount of time.
Yeah, I mean,
and iterative.
I'd say usually at least one or two. Even
Yeah,
on the simplest product, like a silicone hose or
Even the
something.
most simple, yeah. I mean, at least a couple of revisions. We don't almost ever nail it the way we want it to be right off the start. So.
Yeah. So, I guess the right answer is the right number of iterations to create a reliable product that meets the needs of the customer.
Yeah.
And it will be as many or as few as required to do that. I think if there were too many iterations, outside any kind of window of normality, we would probably determine that it's not a good product to do.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of products that we've gotten into a certain number of iterations. And we're just like, you know what,
too many compromises. It's not feasible to release for any
the hypothesis isn't proving out. The experiments are showing us that we were wrong in our hypothesis. And one good example of that was the RS7 intake. The C7 4.0T intake. We worked on that for a year. We came out with 3 or 4 iterations, and ultimately we determined that we weren't really able to improve over the stock airbox because it was really good.
The RS version of it.
The RS7 version of it. The RS7 airbox is just the S6 airbox with a hole cut in it.
Yep.
And that was as good as having no airbox. And so we kind of shelved that because we could bring a lot more value to other products and focus our efforts on those.